Okay, here is Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. Let's take a quick listen, then we will talk about the details. Okay, let's go over a few things pretty quick here. Most important part with the introduction, bring out the left hand and try to play the right hand really quiet so it's in the background so you can hear. We want to hear that, and this should just be kind of subtle in the background. You really have to keep a steady beat when you're doing this. So if your beat changes at all, it's going to sound weird. So just make sure that you keep a really, really even beat. So bring out the left, harder in the left, and right hand's quieter. It's a little bit different than what we're used to. So. We really want to hear those. If you're having trouble playing the left-hand parts that fall in between the chord beats, separate those out and use the addition method. So, for example, we'll take measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it goes like this, like that. So what you could do is just add the G like that, and then you can add the next two notes. Or the next three notes, because that starts on the beat, so it'll be easier. So just do the G first, and then when you're good at that, then add the next three notes. So, and boom, done. And that's basically how you can do the entire first page. Now the first and second ending, you know how to do that in the first page. Now, the second page, same thing. We've got to have this perfectly steady beat, but we're starting the melody in between the beat. So you could go, and start the melody and only play one of the notes, and then add the left hand notes. So be like, okay, and now add the next one. And keep that beat, it's got to be steady. And again, it happens a lot through this entire song with the melody starting in between. So I would do the addition method to make it easier for yourself. So hit the first interval, the fifth, and then play the entire melody line of that one. I'm going to do the second page. This is the fourth measure in, second page. So like get that good, and then add the next interval, and boom, done. And I would just be doing measure by measure by measure. You'll probably get it pretty quick if you do it that way. If you try to read long amounts of the song and you make a bunch of mistakes, it's just not going to work. So make sure you do it like a couple measures at a time. Don't forget your F sharps in this. So I'm just going to look at the second bar of the second page, and you'll notice that the A was tied on that one. So this is measure 21. The A was tied, so don't play that. You hit the D and A, then F sharp D. So there's going to be some F sharps, so be careful. I'm going to start at the beginning of the chorus. So this is, let's see, 17, 18, measure 19, top of second page. It's going to go. So I held that A because it was tied, okay? Did it again with the E, so this keeps happening. Did it again with the D, so just watch out for your ties. There's a bazillion of them, okay? Third bar, second page, the left hand was playing G and D, and then it switches down to G and F sharp. Make sure you get that sharp, that you don't forget, okay? There's some sharps on the right hand as well, but not too worried about it. You should just be playing the fingering that they say. So this, I'm going to start on measure 26. Okay, fingering. My hand basically stayed the same, but I reached out for the D. But then you're going to have to move up a position. So you're going to have slight movements, but nothing huge. Second page should be easy for you. Third page looks pretty simple too. Again, all you have to watch out for, the ties, and keeping the left hand steady. And your F sharps. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the song is really repetitive, so I don't think you're going to have to worry about it. The one page I would say you have to watch out for. Let's go to the last page. So we're switching now with the chorus to chords instead of the intervals, so it's going to sound a little bit heavier here. So you really have to focus on bringing out the right hand. So again, with these, you're going to probably have to use the addition method. And if you look at the last measure of the first bar, so we're on the last page, last measure of the first bar, we're playing these D chords, and then you notice it starts on B to D. Well, you got to hold that one the entire time out and then switch to the A chord. That entire sequence can create all kinds of problems because you're doing different rhythms up here while you're trying to keep this pulse in the left hand. So don't be weird, just play all the right hand parts and add the chords one at a time until you get through that part. Just use the addition method. The only other one I want to talk about is the third bar and the last bar. The third bar of the last page, we're going like this. That one's tricky. So beat-wise, I would do this. I would play that first measure of that bar, hit the first chord, and then add the next chord. Then add the next chord, and you're going to have to play that D that follows it. So this is the second measure of the third bar of the last page. So second measure, third bar, last page. Here we go. I hit, and then I hit D right afterward, and then I hit D again, and then I go back to D. That measure can create all kinds of problems for keeping the beat together, so you've got to use the addition method when doing this. If you're having trouble. Maybe you're a genius, who knows. The very last bar, try to get a ritardando in there, try to bring down the speed. So you're hitting... Try to do, bring the song to a close. Alright, hopefully this helps you, Jacob. Good luck, buddy.